Ka Joint Action Committee JAC ka North Eastern Hill University Teachers Association, ka North Eastern Hill University Non-Teaching Staff Association but North Eastern Hills University Students Union NEHU, ha ka pratrik na iwing kila Byrthen ban ujor siya ka iingbishar Meghalaya High Court, bakan tuklar lam ha kabayade baka jingpan khenyi ki kendon jong ka UGC Model CRR Cadre Recruitment Rules da Vice Chancellor jong ka School ba NEHU u Professor PS Shukla. Habakren siya kilat pasay kubor na kaliang u Chairman ka JSC u Professor Lakhon Kama, ulaong ba na kaliang u Vice Chancellor ula persyang banyalam bakla ya kisamna puli bat kinohikay ka NEHU kumjo ya kipajba ka jala ha kabayade baka thungkam sop ya u Rohit Prasad kum u Technical Consultant. U Professor Shukla ha ka sautrik menta ubnai ulakam baka jingthung ya u Rohit Prasad kadai kabala le lingba ka jingmanjur da ka University's Executive Council EC. U Shukla ulaong ru ba u Vice Chancellor udan ya ka bor ban thungkam shipor na ka benta baro ki Group A Group B post. Henry na kaliang u Professor Kama ulaong ba ki jingkran jong u Vice Chancellor kilong baro ki bam shisha bat ki bayalam bakla ya ki kenhon ki badan benta hapo ka University bat ya ki pajba bat ru ba ka JSC kamban se bannet sya ka iingbishar Meghalaya High Court bakan tuklar halor kani kaphang.
We are here actually to refute each and every what I would say allegations or the blame that he has put to the members of NEHU, the JAC members, and indeed we find his conference, the press conference that he has held on the 4th of November, very childish with serious lack of maturity and full of lies. And that's why we are here. We are on our firm stand that he has violated what we know as the UGC Model Cadre Recruitment Rule, the Model CRR. Let me start by simply cutting across each and every point that he has made right from the beginning till the end of his interview. He started by saying that Rohit was appointed by following due procedure. I think that was a blatant lie. Indeed, if you look at, and I'll show you the documents, and we have copies that will be distributing among the press fraternity. Mr. Rohit was appointed against the UGC, the Model Cadre Recruitment Rule, in violation which is meant for all non-teaching staff of Central University, and which of course was already adopted by NEHU in its 185th meeting, which was held on 11/10/2022, and he has also violated serious guidelines of the rules of NEHU and UGC guidelines. Now, why I say so? You know, if you remember, he said clause 6B of CRR. This is the CRR document that we have. Now, if you go to it, is the Model Cadre Recruitment Rule for non-teaching post of Central Universities, and it starts with the post of registrar. It goes on and on and on, and it comes last. In between, it also have a post called technical officer, which is the center of all the controversy. I'll come back to it. And of course, it ends with the driver, which is basically, or rather, the hostel attendant, which is the lowest. Now, what he has done, very selectively, he has quoted the clause number 6B, which says the appointing authority is Vice Chancellor for the post of permanent appointment to Group B and also temporary appointment to Group A and Group B. That's perfectly fine. What he has misled is, after the clause number 6 comes the clause number 7, which speaks about the method of recruitment. Then it comes the clause number 8, which is the authorized sanctioned strength of the post under various cadre. Then comes clause number 9, which is basically the maintenance of the cadre post. Then comes 10th, then comes the 11th. And this is where we are trying to say that he has seriously violated. And this clause 11 says, and I will just read the relevant portion and we'll give you a copy so that you can really go through it after we finish. It says, number 11, it says the procedure to be adopted for recruitment. And number 1, issue of advertisement. It says the vacant post of permanent nature, comma, post approved under specific scheme of permanent nature, comma, the post of temporary nature likely to be continued, tenure/deputation post, etc., shall be advertised at an appropriate time, giving at least one insertion in any of the national dailies and one insertion in the university website, which he has not done. And he very conveniently misled the public of Meghalaya to say that he has followed the model CRR, and he very conveniently avoided this portion. Further, it says the candidate may fill up the prescribed application form along with the details of qualification, experience and other requirements as per procedure to be prescribed by the university, and submit the application duly completed in all respect along with the prescribed application fee, if any, within the stipulated time. Now this is a rule that he very conveniently chose to ignore, because what he did is he basically went just by reading that appointing authority is the Vice Chancellor. But he forgot that appointing authority doesn't mean you are the selection committee. And this is where it is important to understand that if he has followed the rule, he would have gone to an extent where we will look at the criteria that is required, and he has misled the public by saying that this person has been appointed by due procedure. We would like to very seriously refute it. The post, like he said, doesn't exist. What exists is, and I'll read it and you will get a copy, I think you will verify. It says technical officer / maintenance engineer. There is no term called consultancy because that is not approved by UGC. UGC doesn't give non-teaching positions as far as the consultancy is concerned. And not only that, for this post, if you look at the qualification that is required, and why I am going to highlight this before we come to the general issue. It says you have to have the qualification number 1, master degree with 55% marks in relevant subject. Number 2, 5 years experience of maintenance / operation of sophisticated scientific instruments in the laboratory as senior technical assistant or equivalent. Or researchers having 5 years experience of operation of sophisticated scientific instrument in the laboratory and postdoctoral level will also be eligible. Nowhere he has ever worked in a lab. Leave aside handling any sophisticated scientific instrument. Rather, he was working on, which again we will raise a lot of doubt because he claims, as per the RTI that has been filed, that he has been involved in designing software and all sort of things, which has nothing to do, which means apparently he doesn't qualify to be appointed against this post. Further, the more important information that we have to share with the media is, and of course the general public of Meghalaya and beyond, the VC is nobody to appoint any person. Rather, there is a selection committee. And the selection committee, and I'll give you a copy of this as well, it says number 1, what will be the composition of selection committee for group A post, which is what we have mentioned regarding the technical officer / maintenance engineer. Number 1, Vice Chancellor / Pro Vice Chancellor will be the chairman. 2 experts not in the service of university nominated by the Vice Chancellor out of the panel approved by the Executive Council of NEHU. They will be member. Head of the department, another member. 1 member of the EC nominated by the EC itself. Representative of SC, ST, OBC, women and so on and so forth, like we do for all recruitment in NEHU. You have to have 1 minority representation, and there is a registrar who is also the member. Which means VC cannot claim, and he did claim, very interestingly, he claimed that I have conducted interview online. He is nobody to conduct interview because if at all, it will be done by the selection committee, which means first he should have advertised the post, then you will know what qualification is required, you have to screen the candidate, then you have to shortlist the candidate, then you have to call for selection committee, then based on the selection of selection committee, the EC or the VC will then appoint based on the recommendation of selection committee, which he has not done. And this is the most serious blatant violation of UGC norms. I think he will have to pay very, very dearly because this kind of violation of model CRR cannot be condoned by UGC at any point of time. Further, what is important to understand is that he also quoted about the power of the VC, and where he's, and before that I would like to come to this RTI reply, which also will be given to you, where he claimed by himself. That's how we came to know. Somebody asked, another one of our JAC member asked in the RTI, what was the selection, was there any advertisement? He said no advertisement floated. What was the selection committee? Who were the selection committee members? no selection committee was constituted. However, interview was conducted online by the Vice Chancellor. He is nobody to conduct an interview. If at all, it will be the selection committee. That too, he cannot do it online. And that's where it is so important that he has quoted the same rule here, which was adopted by the 185th meeting of the Executive Council, and he himself violated it. And now he is claiming without any remorse that he has done everything right. And as you have seen, we have shown amply that this guy has been appointed in a wrong manner. Similarly, his salary was paid at 75,040 rupees, including the DA. The DA is inclusive of within the 75,040, 38% DA. You never paid any contractual employee a DA. At all, you have to give him a lump sum money, which is as per. So 75,000 was paid to this person, again violating the rule, the norms that we have, because you cannot pay somebody with DA without the sanctioned post that is authorized by UGC. And that's where he continues to when you look at the qualification of this guy, and you will be surprised. I mean, you will have a look at it. He says he has done diploma information technology. By the way, this is just an RTI reply. We have not seen any document, so really it's a big question mark there itself. Diploma information technology 2010. BE Information Technology 2013, MBA Human Resources 2016, MBA Information Technology same year 2016, I don't know how, MPhil Commerce 2017. When you look at this qualification itself, it raises serious doubt. But it doesn't concern us simply because if he has advertised the post, we would have known, he would have submitted a document of his mark sheets and degrees, we would have known. But here, very conveniently, the VC has avoided. I am sure that at some point of time, this will be proven that he probably doesn't qualify anything and none of this has any genuinity. But that doesn't matter to us because procedure has not been followed. And there we said that he has very blatantly violated the model CRR rules, which is against the UGC norm, and he has to make answerable, and he is answerable to that. Coming to the next point that he said, the executive power of VC. And he said that the VC has executive power. And we would like to read this. You know, the NEHU Act, clause 12.3, which is basically this. This is the NEHU Act, clause 12.3. And I'll read it. He also read it there. It says, and I would like to read it so that it's convenient. Again, I will give a copy to every member. The Vice Chancellor may, if he is of the opinion that immediate action is necessary on any matter, exercise any power conferred on any authority of the university by or under this act, and shall report to such authority the action taken by him on such matter. These are actions to be taken, not appointment. He cannot appoint a teacher or a non-teaching staff claiming under this particular clause, and hence this clause applies to something else, that there will be an urgency to take an action, a decision, which he cannot make. But appointments are beyond. For appointment of teachers, we have the UGC Regulation 2018, adopted by NEHU, like all other universities, including colleges. For appointment of non-teaching staff, we have the model CRR rules. Beyond that, there is nothing. There is absolutely nothing that VC can claim. However, what is important to understand is that he has not advertised the post. So we don't know the qualification of this guy. He simply seems to have picked up somebody from somewhere. We don't know, because I don't think you have heard about Rohit Sharma, Rohit Prasad, the great, that he has achieved something in this country, that he is somewhere he was working in IIT Roorkee, and this Vice Chancellor, pick him up and put it in NEHU. He's breaking all the rules, still dare to say that I have done everything under the rule, and we as JAC refutes this completely, and hence he is completely wrong. Now, what is important, of course, to understand is that what is the clause that he has said that we don't know in his appointment letter what is the clause of termination, because he has been just appointed like that. What is the criteria, how he will be terminated, what are his terms and conditions, nothing is known. The question that arises here is that, can you do this? Say for example, we have several posts that has been advertised. You have not given equal opportunity, so you have violated the right to equality under Article 14 of the Constitution. May he do the same thing to all educated unemployed youth of Meghalaya? The post that has been advertised, if all educated unemployed youths who are engineers, who are software engineers, PhD, MPhil, when you have a master degree, bachelor's degree, if all of them come and say that please appoint me on contractual basis because you have done for this, why not you do for all of us? Which means this is the serious violation, and that's why I'm saying he is playing with the job opportunities which are so limited here. I'm sure if he has advertised, probably from Meghalaya itself, he would have got somebody with better qualification who suits this particular post. But he has not done it. He simply picked up somebody outside the state. We don't know how, we don't know what is his credential. We seriously doubt that. Probably there is something, there is a nefarious design behind the scene which we have to unravel as time goes by. And hence, if we allow, and that's why JAC is very, very strict on this, and we are determined that this cannot be allowed. Because tomorrow he has also done the advertisement for the post of registrar, finance officer, the university engineer, and the director, campus development council with the CDC. So tomorrow he may pick up the same different friend from Uttarakhand, from UP, from here, from there, and say that I appoint you PVC, I appoint you, the finance officer, I appoint you under this rule because VC is empowered, and he doesn't realize that VC is not empowered. VC as an individual is nobody unless there are rules that are to be followed as far as the recruitment is concerned, and hence one has to be, and that's why the important thing that we have to understand is that why we are held back on making sure that he remove this person, because we don't want to set precedents that tomorrow he does the same thing for all the posts, picked up somebody and say that I have done the interview which is against the rule. As long as he is violating the rule, we are all set to make sure that we tell him, you remove this guy, he has been illegally appointed, he has no right whatsoever to be here, and hence that is very important. On the other aspect which is very important is on the role of executive council. Now he very conveniently said the power of the executive council, and we will come to it and see. When you look at the executive council as such, the executive council, what he did as far as his statement is, he simply took this agenda and executive council approved. And I'll read what is the power of executive council. To create administrative, ministerial and other necessary posts, and to make appointments thereto in the manner prescribed by the ordinance. Which means even if he takes the agenda to the executive council and the executive council approves it, he has to go as per the ordinance. And ordinance said there has to be advertisement, there has to be screening, then there will be selection committee, then finally the executive council will approve the selection committee list which was selected, and after that appointment letter will be issued. So you can see that there has been serious blatant violations which he has done, and hence what is important to understand is that what he actually got, which we know now for sure, he basically got an approval, and I have now the minutes of the executive council meeting with Inar, and again a copy will give it to you. The 185th meeting of the executive council held on 11 October 2022 at 10 a.m. in conference room of administrative building. The other things are there. The matter concerning to Rohit Prasad is this. It says appointment of senior consultant / technical officer. The nomenclature itself is wrong because it is outside the UGC's model CRR. The numbers is given NOEC 185 2022 then column 8 column 2. The chairman apprised the council that a senior consultant technical officer with IT background is required in the office of vice chancellor and may be engaged on contractual basis with a payment of monthly remuneration below or less than 1 lakh rupees. The council noted the same. Simply, the council noted the same. It didn't say that the council approved it. Now, let's believe that the council approved it. Even if council has approved it, it was important for VC, any VC of any university being the head of the institute should know the rule of UGC. Let's presume that, because it says the council noted the same. VC said, I need somebody, they noted. They didn't say we approve. Let's presume that yes, they have approved, although it doesn't. It's now the duty of the vice chancellor to write to UGC that I need a technical officer. Sanction me a post, because when they sanction you a post, because the same model CRR that we have clearly states that if you want to create a post, you have to first take permission. And I have to give you a copy, it's in the same CRR rule. You have to make sure that you have to write to UGC. UGC will approve or disapprove. If they approve, they will give a sanction under this salary head, not under the head where this guy is being paid. He is being paid from the recurring grant, which is supposed to be for our day-to-day running of the university, and hence he is reducing the money from our recurring grant, using it to pay salary to somebody 75,040 rupees.
Taking a cue from what Chairman of JAC has said, that you may recall what the Vice Chancellor said that day, that Mr. Rohit Prasad has been brought to give online mark sheets, online registration, online certificates for the students. And also he has stressed that where a new policy has been adopted like NEP, Mr. Rohit Prasad will play an important role. But I'd like to inform through the media that right from 2002, one company from Bangalore, a very renowned company which has been looking after many universities, it is a logistics company. From 2002 till 2015, it was looking after the annual system. And when the semester system started, the same company using a software called Syllad, it is providing all the datas and the mark sheets of the students, and along with the certificates and the registration. And the same company is ready with the online mark sheet, certificate and registration, which is pending for approval. So the claim that bringing Rohit to the university for online mark sheet, I think it is not correct. Because this has been done clearly by this company. And it is ready, it's only waiting for the approval. And even for this software is ready even for NEP. It's completely ready. The person concerned from the company had come a few months ago. He has done the complete groundwork, and NEP, software for NEP for doing everything, the data and everything, they are ready. So whenever NEP is implemented, as it is implemented now, they are ready to go ahead, but it's pending for approval. So what the Vice Chancellor has said that day, that bringing Rohit for online certificate and NEP does not have much weightage. So, and going much further, that day the Vice Chancellor has said at the press conference that this statutory posts like a registrar and finance officer, he will be appointing in the month of January, February. I do not understand the reason for the delay, because this post has been advertised last year, if I'm not mistaken, in the month of November, and the screening process also has been completed. We have asked him and demanded time and again that any university requires a person from administrative background to hold the post of a registrar, financial background to hold the post of the finance officer, and for the post of this university engineer, we need an engineering background. But if you see now, in our university, we have a registrar, finance officer, and a university engineer in charge, who are from the teachers. So you cannot expect much from them, because they are not from administrative background, they are not from the finance background, they are not from the engineering background. So we fear that if they cannot deliver, then the university will go on a downfall. For example, like for a finance officer, if he does not have any financial background, what can you expect? For university engineer, you have a university engineer in charge who is not from engineering background. Building will collapse. He will not know what to do. So these are the things which we would like to bring to the media, to the public, that this Vice Chancellor is not taking things very seriously. That is what I like to say. Had he taken things seriously, we would not be here. And there would have not been any agitation against him. We would have been happy with his performance. That is all I would like to say.
The NEHU had many protests in the last few months, because the VC, NEHU VC, didn't take the student issue very seriously. So we had some of the issue that really concern the student, that we have fight, we have provide the letters, we have having a protest, but till date the VC hasn't done anything about it. Example, like the marking system. We have had the protest about the marking system. The VC have constituted a committee, but it is not like the student is not taking decision. It's not in favor of the students. The decision that has been taken by the committee is not in the favor of the students. So we have talked with VC that he should constitute another committee, and this time it will be we as the office bearer from the NEHU, we should also be included in that committee. But till yet, there is no word from him that he has constituted that committee. So we can say that this VC is not taking things seriously when it comes to student issue. And also he talked about he talked about installing this 5G Wi-Fi, but till now the existing Wi-Fi is not better for the student to use in most of the hostels. We have fought for that, we have a protest for that, but as I have said that he didn't take it seriously. So I think our VC is not right for the seat.